is cloud computing. Cloud computing is a style of computing where you can get the IT services as a IT resources as a service. That means you need a server. You can buy the server over the internet. So you can buy the over the internet. And if you have the you want a database, you can buy over the internet. If you want any IT services, IT related products like like routers, switches, also like networking components, also any component you want to buy over the internet, that is the cloud computing, as we discussed yesterday session. So now coming to what are the cloud technologies on daily basis you are using. So you might be using any of these components every day, like mail, Gmail, and Yahoo, Skype, SkyDrive, and Netflix, YouTube, and everything, Dropbox, and these are the cloud computing technologies only. So the backend, the cloud computing they are using. That means you are getting the service. Like for example, you brought it like 100 GB drive. You can see the 100 GB drive, but nothing is 100 GB drive with you. There is no disk with you, but still you have the disk capability. That means you can store the data, you can retrieve the data, you can manage the data, you can do everything, but you don't have any hard disk with you. That is the you don't have any hard disk with you. That is the cloud meaning. So that cloud is kind of, you just get that whatever the service you want from internet. That is the cloud computing. From this all these services you will get you will get the service from internet, right? So now coming to, if we go here, like we can see like top 10 advantages of the cloud computing. Everyone see there is a advantages of like why people are going. There is a hundreds, thousands of companies, like millions of companies are in cloud these days. It may be Azure, it may be Google Cloud, it may be Google Cloud, it may be Oracle Cloud, or it may be Rackspace, any cloud. So what are the clouds we have? Can someone repeat that? What are the clouds we have? One or two people at least, you need to be alert. Okay, just you should be full focus and alert. Okay, so what are the clouds you have?
Azure Cloud,
Yeah.
AWS Cloud, Google Cloud, Oracle Cloud.
AWS.
Only one. Rest of people just to listen what he's saying. Yeah. Tell me what are the clouds?
Azure Cloud,
AWS,
IBM Cloud,
IBM,
Oracle Cloud,
yeah, Oracle Cloud.
VMware vCloud.
Sorry?
Virtualization, VMware vCloud. VMware.
EMR.
VMware vCloud.
VMware Cloud. Okay, VMware Cloud. Yeah.
Alibaba. So there are hundreds of clouds.
Yeah, and also there is a Rackspace is the one of the cloud. It is the private cloud, and one more is the OpenShift. OpenShift from the Red Hat. Just terminology. Oh, there is a lot of cloud market. Like, it's not lot actually, like across the globe, like these are 5 to 6 in hand. But only 3 is most popular in public cloud: AWS, Azure, Google. These 3 are good enough for public cloud. The private cloud is kind of Rackspace, and OpenShift is good market. So these are enough to understand. Then coming to what are the advantages of the cloud computing. So why we go for cloud computing? The most important thing is pay-per-use model. Pay-per-use model. Pay-per-use model means I can buy the one server for 2 months, then you can delete after 2 months. How many days you are paying? You are using, you can pay for that. That's all. In traditionally, if you buy the server, that is yours. Whether you can use it or not, you need to pay. You need to pay hardware support, software support, and you need to buy your own. So this is really a headache. Instead of that, this pay-per-use model means I need only, even not only 1 month, 2 months. I need 2 CPU with 4 GB RAM. You can buy it. I need 3 CPU, 4 CPU with 100 GB RAM. You can buy it. How capacity you want, you can buy it. That is the second point. And one more important thing is, like, I want only Suppose we have the environment like development environment. Only developers are working from morning 9 to 6. So we can on the servers from 9 to 6. After 6 or 8 to 8 p.m. you can shut down until 8 p.m. to morning 8 p.m. You no need to pay because you are shutting down those servers during the night time. So you no need to pay anything. That is pay per use model. Pay per use model has many things, like one is like one is we have lot of options here. So I hope you understand. Any questions, let me know about pay per use model. Anyone, you can ask me any questions, okay? So that is the pay per use model. So that is the one of the most important advantage that people are going to cloud because of this. Then increasing mobility. See, I have the server in Virginia region. I want to migrate to the California region. In traditionally lift and shift, it will take lot of time. But here in it is like 15 minutes, 10 minutes you can migrate. So the mobility of the any of the server from one place to another place, database from one place to another place, application from one place to why we need to, because in case of disaster. So in case any disaster recovery, disaster means if something happened to that region, the area where you have the servers or databases or any IT resources. So that is the very danger, right? So that's why they need high availability. High availability means the terms you need to understand here. High availability means if one goes down, the other will be available like that. That is high available. So the other server is available like that. This is the most important. Now coming to less capital expensive. It will start with less capital expensive. Less capital expensive means like you can start with one server, one database, and start your project. If the project is going good and everything is going good, so you can increase the more number of resources also, like that. High availability. High availability means they are like, for example they will give you two data centers in each area. One data center is down, the other will help you for your resources whatever you buy. Like for example, you brought the server here. In case this data center is down, the server is moving to other data center and available to you, you will not get any interruption even. So everything is running fine like that, and easy to manage. This cloud is very much easy to manage compared with all other softwares. Just to drag and drop. For example, don't try to understand how I'm doing. For example, I want to create a server. So I want to create a server. Very easy way. I can go to the aws.amazon.com and I can create the server in front of you within a minute. I can create a database in front of you. I can create an application in front of you. Whatever you want to do for a business, you can able to do within time and easy way. It's very easy, very much easy to do this job. Okay, so that is the one more important. Okay, so please go ahead. Any questions here about how quick and we can provision the IT needs. We can provision the IT needs. That means the software needed, the company need a database. Yes, you can go to the RDS, the relational database services, and you can create a database within 2 minutes and hand over to them, and they can start their business on this database. So the database administrators or database developers see, I already created one database, AppsDB. So within 2 minutes, you can able to create the database. If you want the if you want the MySQL database, if you want the Oracle database, you just select the create the database and select, and you can say Oracle database, Postgres database, whatever the database you want, you can able to create the database. So I hope everyone understand what exactly the provisioning infrastructure and all. So you can easily manage anything quick and easy way. So and high productivity and environment friendly, easy to manage and less deployment time. Within 2 minutes, we can deploy the website, and within 2 minutes, you can deploy the server. It is taking a lot of time in traditional, like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months also. Now it is not. It is just less than 1 month, less than 10, less than 1 hour, 2 hour also. You can hand over everything to the customer. So that is the dynamic scaling. Auto scaling is like, automatically increasing the resources. Like for example, Apple phone, if a new Apple phone is released, then there is a huge traffic on apple.com, right? So, but the server, whatever the server is holding the website with apple.com, so this is not supporting for millions of customers at a time. So that, automatically one more server is increasing based on the dynamic scaling. Automatically, you can enable the dynamic scaling, automatically going up the instances, going up the resources. You can increase whatever. So that is the most important. You can go with horizontal scaling and vertical scaling also. I'll explain about the difference between horizontal scaling and vertical scaling. So we'll discuss about all those stuff, but it is really, you know, most important is scaling up. Sometimes the business is down, don't no need to server, so it is going to delete automatically. So that is the most advantages. So now you are very clear about what is cloud computing, why cloud computing, what are the advantages of the cloud computing, who is the vendors of the cloud computing. So what are the vendors means, like maybe you can find many, but out of many, but this is the big competitive world, but there is no technologies like only AWS, Azure is the most popular, and GCP is also trying to get something, but IBM cloud is there, and Oracle cloud is there. So, but these are not much popular these days. Like, they are unable to do the business with. They are not no more competitor for AWS. No one is the competitor for AWS. AWS is top most technology, almost 60% of the market with only one company, that is AWS. So the rest of Azure, Google, they are starting recently some lot of projects, and it is going on. So that's why you can find lot of jobs in Azure also. So then there is a OP and OpenShift, SHIFT. So OpenShift is the one of the product, and Rackspace is the Rackspace is the one more private cloud. These two are the private cloud. We'll talk about private cloud and public cloud. At least we understand, oh, there is a vendors. They are supplying cloud-based products for IT. So whatever the company, all are doing the same job. The business is same, model is same, everything is same as it is. If you know AWS, Azure also same thing, but screens are changing. The operation is same, but only the UI screen, the GUI is changing. You want, suppose like as a customer, you are the customer, you are managing one company, you need a server from database, I mean server from Google, you are asking server in Azure, you are asking server in Amazon. The process is same, the server is same, the Linux or Windows or whatever it is, but only the difference is the GUI, like how, where to click, where to go. That is the difference, but the process and everything is same as it is everywhere. So now you are very clear about, if you understand the whole process, what we understand. So the question number one, what is IT? What is IT infrastructure? What is IT infrastructure? You understand. So infrastructure, you understand, right? So the second thing is, where is in IT infrastructure? You understand, in data center. The where is IT infrastructure, you understand, that is in data centers. So what are the different data centers also, you understand. So the different data centers, so data center, you understand. So what are the different data centers also, you understand. So then what are the uh, challenges to manage the traditional data centers, you understand. To overcome that, people are going to cloud. So cloud, you understand. Here we understand what is cloud computing. So what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a style of computing where you can get the all IT related products you can buy over the internet. So it may be server, it may be database, it may be any IT component you can buy over the internet, and you can use that. Then what is cloud computing, you understand. What are the what are the what are the vendors, VENDERS, vendors, you understand. So then you are understanding what are the advantages, ADV advantages of cloud, you understand. So advantage, just if you need to remember at least some terminologies, so what we are trying to learn, okay. So if anyone not clear about any of these things, let me know. This session is not for one or two people, okay. I will target from people whoever is not understanding, whoever is in zero. So I don't care about if someone is in higher level, they are expecting I need urgent, I need. Then there is a fast track. You can go that. This is completely very basic to. I will go become very basic to very basic to. I will make you to very strong. That is the main agenda of this session. Okay, I will start from zero, then go next. Finally become a strong. So that is the way of approaching. Okay, so my small request is you need to talk. Until you talk, there is no use of real time training and all. So that we need to discuss. This is kind of discussion session. So then coming to advantages of the cloud, you understand, right? So do you think any other advantages of the cloud? Anyone, any idea, any advantages of the cloud? Anyone? You can you can unmute and you can talk. Other than this, any advantages? So then coming to cloud layers. The cloud layers are like what are the cloud layers here? Okay, tomorrow onwards, yeah, yeah. You Manoj, you need to talk. So this should be 100% interactive session. So the second thing is tomorrow onwards, one guy need to review the entire topics, okay, after the session. And also 1 hour we need to do the lab also, okay. So online lab. I am here, you can do, you need to create a AWS account. Today also everyone should create their AWS accounts, okay. I'll explain that. So then coming to what are the different layers of the cloud computing. So infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, application as a service. We have three types of layers. Just try to remember right now. You no need to spend another 1 hour to remember this stuff again. Okay. Try to focus here. At least you are spending time, right? This time it should be useful. That useful is you need to remember. Oh, close your eyes and try to remember. Okay, there is a three layers in cloud. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and application as a service. That means you are getting infrastructure, IT infrastructure as a service, as a service. If you are not clear about the term, the meaning, let me know. I will explain one or two, three, 10 times also. So, any questions? So, then coming to in infrastructure as a service, we are going to deal all like in server related, networking related, firewall related, storage related, and data center related. All these are all the things we are going to discuss as part of our IAAS model. If you go to the platform as a service model, so platform as a service model, it is all middleware like web databases and Java, and this is the one. So like runtime environment. Then software as a service means your email, business email, and industry application and CMR, all applications. That means you are directly getting the application. The example is infrastructure as a service means suppose if I go to the company, I want to buy a server. So just I can buy the server. Just I can buy the server. That is the infrastructure as a service model. Then once I buy the server, then I can install the operating system. I can install my own database. I can install my own application, and I can use everything that is application as, I mean, that is the infrastructure as a service. That means you are buying the infrastructure from the cloud, and rest of everything you can use your own. Rest of everything you can use your own. That is the infrastructure as a service. So go ahead. Any questions here? Anyone? Any confusion about this infrastructure as a service meaning? Anyone, any questions here? No questions?
No.
So that is the infrastructure as a service. So the second thing is platform as a service. That means I'm not buying the server. Server is managed from AWS side only. In previous scenario, infrastructure as a service means the actual physical server is managed by actual physical server is managed by AWS. They are providing only virtual server to you, and you can create your own virtual server. On top of your virtual server, you are installing you are creating your Linux server, whatever it is. Then you can install the Java software or whatever software, and you can use that. That means what they are giving exactly? They are giving server only, but the control of the actual server, main server, and control of the main everything is handled by AWS. They are giving the virtual server as a service, server service. That's why infrastructure as a service. If you want 10 GB space, you can take the 10 GB space. If you want to apply something like firewalls, you can take everything. You can buy as a service. That is the infrastructure as a service. So the platform as a service means even the server is also sitting in AWS. So like for example, this is the actual physical server. So physical server. So where you have the operating system, they have their own operating system. They have the VMware software. They also use the VMware software. On top of that, this is if you are buying infrastructure as service means you are buying the server. So that is the infrastructure as a service. That means you are buying the server and you are installing your database on top of that and you are using that. So this is the IAAS model, right? So IAAS model. But platform as a service model, what happened, up to even OS, the server also they are not giving. Only directly the database layer they are giving you. This is the big point actually. I don't know whether you guys, until you guys talk, it is not useful, okay? So if you are not clear, let me know. They are giving directly the database. Directly they are giving database instead of server. You will not have the server access also. This VM access also you don't have. In previous scenario, in previous IAAS model, you don't have the physical server access, but you have the virtual server access. Now you don't have even virtual server access also. On top of the virtual server, they are installing lot of databases. For one database for you, one database for some other person, one database for some other persons, like that. They are just giving you the database, that is the platform as a service. That platform they are giving. The platform means where you can install all applications and all. So the main platform they are giving as a service. If anyone not clear, let me know about this platform as a service model meaning. Anyone? Because these are the most important terminology we are learning. You guys already may know, but not clear. Now you might be get the complete picture. So then the software as a yeah. Balaji.
This is Balaji.
Mm-hmm.
The platform as service means, I mean, like they will. I mean, like if we require a DB2 database, SQL database, means they will provide that database directly, or how installation?
Yes, they are giving you only endpoint. They will give you only endpoint to connect, so you can able to access that. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, that means
And the maintenance and all will be taking care of AWS only.
Yes, they will provide you only the endpoint. We can able to. It is installed in any of the server only. We are getting lot of time. My small request is take this 1 hour time. Just you can go with completely, I mean, like isolated place. Okay, so this is very much important for us. Okay, so now coming to, if you see the database, so the database endpoint they will provide you. They will provide you endpoint, and we can use this endpoint. That's all. They will give you only endpoint. There is a server, but we don't get the server access. There is a CPU with two CPU, and there is a hardware model also like DB2 with two CPU, one GPU, 1 GB RAM. So the class of the server they are providing, but we don't have the access for that because we are working on PaaS model, platform as a service model. You got it, I think, right? So because why I'm focusing more here, in interview they will ask you, so are you working on PASS model or SASS model or IAAS model? So if they ask you, you need to understand what is IAAS, what is PAS, what is SAS, and which layer you are working, and all the things you need to understand. Yeah, go ahead. You got it, right? So make sure the people, go
Got it, got it.
Got it, right? Yeah, and make sure the people who paid already, who registered already for this course, please join little bit early because it has only 26 people as allowing. After that, whoever is trying to log in, it will not allow. Anyhow, tomorrow onwards, only people who paid, there is no problem. Will not get only. I'll look like 17 people registered. Only 17 people are available. So now coming to the third model is IAAS, SAS, Software as a Service. That means, if you remember, I already explained some time back how the structure, like the server is working. So there is a physical server. On top of the physical server, we are installing operating system. On top of the operate the physical server, then operating system, then we will install the database, then on top of that we will install the application. So we'll install the application, then we will start the business. So this is the structure we understand. If you are buying the server, that is the physical, like IAAS model, you are buying the server and you can install your own operating system, own application, then it is the IAAS model. So other than that, you don't want to database also. So up to database level, you are buying from the cloud and you just install your application. You can develop your application and all. That is the PASS model. If you buy the application directly, that means you don't have the access on physical server, you don't have the access on virtual server, you don't have the access on database, you don't have the access on application. Directly you can get the application and use that application. You no need to do anything. You can focus on business. That is the software as a service model, just like MS Office 365. You can buy it and you can use it. Like Salesforce, you can buy it and you can use it. You don't need to do anything with that applications. We have a lot of applications these days. You can just buy it and you can use it. So that is the application level. Like we need to understand the IAAS and PAS and SAS model. Okay, so please go ahead. Any questions here about what is IAAS, what is PAS, what is SASS model? In SAS, software as a service, you can get directly the software and you can use the software, and you can whenever you want you can use it. Whenever you don't want, you can throw it out, so that you don't need to pay anything. That is the software as a service model. So go ahead. Any questions here? Anyone? Any confusion about this? So anyone? About, because this we need to understand, this is the most important. Yeah.
Hi sir, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Actually, it is AWS administration means you will provide a certification, right, sir?
You can ask me about that after this session. Just please note it down, my number. So call
Okay,
me.
okay.
Yeah, I will explain. Here, if you have any technical doubt, let me know. I don't want to interrupt everyone. So just to take
Okay,
this screen. Take this as a
okay.
screenshot. Yeah. Do you understand this? Like, the SAS model and the platform and the middleware, everyone clear? Now coming to, if you go to the traditional IT, everything you are managing by your own. That means your servers, networking, servers, virtualization, OS, middleware, runtime environment like Java and all, databases, applications. That's why if you remember, if you try to recall, my approach of the training is well planned. So if you remember, I explained about the whole networking, server, there is a data center, how the data center look like, how the computer look like. I explained all the points. So I will share the recording also those who joined today. So I explained a very basic stuff. So then I'm going to IAAS model. If you go to the IAAS model, so you can buy only up to infrastructure from the cloud, and you can manage rest of your on-premises, your own, your company managing. Your company don't want middleware from cloud, so you just buy the server and you can install your middleware, runtime environment, database and application. You can manage your own. But PaaS model means up to platform as a service. So only data and application with your company, rest of all are from AWS. If you go to the SaaS model, everything in AWS, even whatever if you buy the Office 365, MS Office 3, your mails are in cloud, your data is in cloud, everything is in cloud. In this scenario, the database and application is in your company, the rest of all coming from the cloud. But here in a SaaS model, everything, even data also stored in AWS or Azure or Google Cloud, wherever you are, your vendor. So you are just using that application. That's all. That is the most important part you need to understand. What is IAAS? What is PAAS? What is SaaS model? If everyone understand the implementation types, we will understand. So please go ahead. Any questions here about IAAS-PAAS-SAAS model? Everyone should
Hello,
understand.
sir.
Yeah.
Hello, Chetan here, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
normally which model mostly using, sir? Current company.
Currently, it depends on application. People are using everything, mostly like infrastructure. But I can see these days, like the companies are implemented so many products with SaaS model also, software as a service model also. But mostly into IAAS model, IAAS and the PAAS model.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Every company is implemented IAAS model now these days. The meaning you understand, right? So you have the company. Yeah, you have the company. You just buy the server from AWS, and you can ask your Linux team to install the Linux, and you ask from your database team install the database. You ask from your application team to develop and install the application, and you can start the business. This is the IAAS model you are working.
Right, sir. Yeah.
So your company, you want to implement PaaS model. That means you can buy directly the database and you can give it to your database team, and database integrate with your on-premises application, and you can start your business. You don't have any server with you. You got it?
Yes.
That is the
Yeah, I
PaaS
got
model.
it. I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah. So the PaaS application, SaaS model means you no need to even maintain the database also. The database also in AWS, like Snowflake. The Snowflake and all these applications are cloud-based services. Those cloud-based services, everything is coming from the cloud, and you are just using that and to generate the reports and all. So that is the one more thing. Now coming to the cloud implementation types. Before going to cloud implementation types, any questions? Go ahead. Anyone? Any confusion? Any questions here? So cloud implementation types. If you go to the cloud implementation types, like see for example, we have the private cloud, we have the public cloud, we have the hybrid cloud. The private cloud meaning is cloud meaning you understand, right? Centralizing the IT, That means like see for example, private cloud. So IBM, imagine IBM is the company, IBM India, IBM US, IBM UK, IBM German, IBM Japan, like so many countries they have their branches, and they have their data centers in each area. This is the company, their business is running here, and they have their own data centers in each region. They don't want like that. They want to keep it in one centralized big data center. They can shut down all the data centers, and they can share whatever the data center related stuff from here itself. That is the private cloud. Why it is private cloud? They are sharing only. IBM is giving the service to only IBM branches. IBM India, IBM US, IBM UK, IBM like that. So that means only their branches, they are sharing the resources. Like, this data center need a database, they can buy, they can get from here. This data center need a server, they can get from here. Like that, every IT it is taking. So that is the most important. So now you are very clear about what is private cloud. If anyone not clear, I don't care about who already understand. Okay, whoever is not understanding, please help me to make you to understand. Okay, the guys who are is not understanding, I will help. This session meaning is 5 months, 6 months, 1 year also I'm fine. I don't care about how much you paid and all. 1 year also, I want everyone should understand everything. After 10 years also, you need to be very strong in technical because of coverage. I just want that. So I don't want just to give the basic knowledge and go away and roam around America and all another 4 years. That is not the real life. It's very crazy. It's very dangerous. If you are going with middle level, like middle knowledge, it's very dangerous. That's why we just need to understand the entire stuff, whatever we know. Okay. So go ahead. Any questions here about private cloud meaning? If someone asks you, you need to give the example also. Hey, this is private cloud like that. So this is one example, like just trying to understand. But the real private cloud meaning also I will explain. Before going to that, any questions here, anyone? Then private cloud means the second approach is there is a whoever is the private cloud vendors. Do you know any private cloud vendors? Here two things. One is you may not be focusing. The second thing is
Yes, sir.
you may not be interested to talk with me, right?
Yeah,
What are,
can I say, sir?
yes, sir, yes. You should be jump
Yeah,
into. Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, Rackspace and OpenShift, like you said just before,
Yes,
they're those
exactly.
two,
Rackspace and
and OpenShift.
OpenShift is the private cloud. Even VMware is also private cloud, but mostly like Rackspace and OpenShift is the most important in market. So what they will do, the private cloud, what they are doing, I explained already one example. If you have the company, you can create your own you can create your own cloud, and that is private cloud. So the same way, Rackspace is the company, that is the big company in Chicago. They created a hundreds of servers, databases, so many big infrastructure they created in Chicago with more than 1,000 acres, or I don't know how big it is, but very big. So in that, they are dedicatedly assigning. Even I'm working on Rackspace. So in that, they are dedicatedly assigning one rack for us. And I am from New York. I am connecting to this data center, and I am managing the servers, databases, applications, and whatever here, the storages, and they are all are this whole setup is for me only, for my company only. So in the same way, one more setup for Citibank, one more setup for something. This is the private cloud. You understand the meaning? That means they will create your own network, own VMware setup, own everything own, but that handled by Rackspace. But you are just using that, but they are giving you dedicated infrastructure for you. You got it. One day, like one server need 100 GB, you will request them, they will come to your rack and they will insert your server. That means they are managing, but you are using. Like that, why this is private cloud? They are giving private racks for so many clients. So I think you understand, right? the meaning? Anyone not clear? Let me know about this private cloud meaning. Got it? The same public cloud. So anyone can take the resources like AWS. AWS is the big, and they created a data centers in Mumbai, and anyone from India, Singapore, or from US also doesn't matter. Anyone, you can get it, I can get it from the pool of resources. There is no racks kind of thing. Everything they created on central location. Whoever wants, yes, just you can get it. That's all. I want 10 GB, get it. You want 20 GB, get it. You can something like that. So that means like the storage, like they created a big storage. You can just get you this is 100 GB is yours, 20 GB mine, 30 GB is that means all are in the same storage location. That means this is the shared one. That's why this is the public cloud. Even shared one, but they have the control, don't worry. So, but that is the public cloud. As of now, we just need to understand what is the meaning of public cloud, what is the meaning of private cloud. If you're not clear, let me know. I will explain one more time about public and private cloud fast. Then hybrid model. Hybrid model means like private and public. So like some services are private, some services are public. So you don't want everything is in public. So like for example, in your company hybrid model you want to implement. So you can use your on-premises database DB. So you can use the application servers and database, web servers and load balancer, something like that. These are all components are coming from the cloud. These are all cloud. These are from on-premises. That is the hybrid model. So hybrid model. So I hope everyone understand the implementation type. If anyone not clear about implementation types, let me know. I will explain about this. So what is private cloud? What is hybrid cloud? What is public cloud? So everyone understand this. So if not clear, let me know. I will explain. Before proceeding the cloud types, any questions, anyone?
So the
Sir,
example
can you
comes.
explain?
Yeah, yeah, Konda.
Yes, sir, can you explain hybrid cloud and examples like on-premise?
Yes, hybrid cloud means like it's kind of combination of public and private. Combination of public and private means like you can say like some services you can get from the on-premises, some services you can get from the uh, uh, cloud. So the combination you are implementing a one application with combination of public cloud from on-premises also private cloud. So you are creating on-premises some cloud and you are using the public cloud as well as on-premises cloud. So the combination of this is hybrid. Combination of public and private cloud is the hybrid. You got it right?
Yes, sir. Oh,
So
what
we
is the
need.
use case of this one?
Sorry.
Any business use case for the hybrid?
Hybrid is kind of internal, right? So that's why we can't say like any pub. It is not public. You can use how you in your company how you are using your application as a hybrid model. I can create my own private cloud. That is not public, so it is not. It's my own. So I can design my own like how I want. Like that, companies they can design their own. That's why we can't say any specific. Like even I implemented, my company requested me to don't go for the database in cloud. So but application servers and web servers all are from cloud. So we provided the link to this, and people are accessing the website from uh, uh, load balancer, and everything is this is from cloud and this is from on premises.
Okay,
Kind of
thank you,
hybrid.
sir. Got it.
Yeah. So that is the one more. So now coming to what are the different clouds we have. We have the application cloud, we have the infrastructure cloud. So we are more into the infrastructure cloud. We are working on infrastructure cloud only, not in application cloud. Some people may work on Salesforce and Google Apps. These are all application cloud. So that means they are directly providing the application. Infrastructure cloud means these people are providing infrastructure mainly. So we are learning these three as part of our training. You already know, right? So that is the infrastructure as a cloud. So here some challenges are there in cloud also, but it is not real belongs to us. That is company headache. So like trusting vendor, multi-tenancy, loss of prevention. If something happened to one region, the whole like hundreds of customers are going to impact. So like that, but it never happened. Like last 15 years onwards, only one incident happened. So that's why we no need to worry about this. This is completely company headache. So our job is whatever they have, we need to support for them, and we need to get the salary. That's all. So, so that is the one thing. But companies are trusting, even banks also trusting. Even Citibank is there in AWS, and MX is there in AWS, and Capital One almost 60% of the market, 60% of their infrastructure is in cloud in AWS only. So US government is in AWS, China government is in AWS. All government projects the like educational systems and all federal projects are in cloud. So we no need to worry about that. So that is the one thing. So anyone, any questions here, please go ahead. Tomorrow we will discuss about how to create a AWS account, how to start practice and all. Okay, so tomorrow onwards, your yeah, Netflix also 100% Netflix is running from AWS. They don't have single data center. Everything is in AWS. That's why their business is like 10 years back, I think 10, 15 years, not even 10 years. 10 years back, he just giving the CDs as a rent it at